Hello, this is Julie, and welcome to my 365 Days of Crafting. I started Zuli Blue Crafts about 5-6 years ago, and I made a lot of videos that I hope you all enjoyed, and I am back making videos, and I am super excited. My first video is going to be a fall video. I want to do these cute little pumpkins. This one's made from a doily, and I like vintage inspired decorations, so I use some vintage buttons and ribbon. And then these two are made from fabric. They're very simple and they make a great addition to your fall decor. So let's get started. What you will need for this project is either a doily or some fabric, some complementary fabric for little details like on this top of this pumpkin. You will need the twine, the fabric stiffener, and a pencil so we can make these little curly things. Some ribbon, a cute button, a stick, you can find it from your yard, some fiber fill, a needle, and some embroidery floss. The plate I will use to measure the circle for the pumpkin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the little curly things coming out of the pumpkin. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some twine, probably about 1.5 yards, and we are going to take some fabric stiffener and get the whole thing wet with the fabric stiffener, just like that. And then take your pencil and we're just going to wrap around the pencil. And once you get it wrapped, you're going to let that dry, and then you will take it off. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside to dry. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out a circle. I'm using a fabric marker. You can use a pencil or a pen because you won't be able to see this once you're finished with your pumpkin. So I'm going to draw your circle, and then I'm going to cut that out.
Good.
So I measured out about 2 yards of embroidery floss, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a running stitch around the outside perimeter of the circle. Okay, so once you sew all the way around, what you're going to do is you're going to take some fiber fill, a good amount, and we're going to encase it in the pumpkin. And all you have to do is put the fiber fill in, hold it as you pull, and then pull. And I use 4 strands of embroidery floss because it's stronger. And then once you get it to there, you're going to sew just a typical knot where you go in and then wrap it around. And you can do that a couple times so it's really secure. Okay, so the reason I have so much thread left is because we are going to now make our little indentations that we have here in the other pumpkins. So I'm going to go straight down, go through the middle. It's best to have a long needle so you can grab it. Makes it much easier. And then you're going to pull that, and then you're going to go down the other side. Pull that, and you're going to go around So you're going to do this about 3 or 4 on each half of the pumpkin. So when you're done, the bottom looks like that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put the needle into the fabric so you can knot it off. And then you're going to go ahead and cut that off. And then you can shape your pumpkin. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little green cap for the top of the pumpkin. And I have this green fabric, just a remnant that I have laying around. I like to measure with supplies that I have, or using plates or using bowls to measure circles. So I'm going to go ahead and make a circle. Using my Mod Podge, which is a perfect size for this size pumpkin. And then when I cut it, I'm going to cut it a little, not straight, I'm going to kind of make it a little jaggedy. Following along the circle. And then when I get to the end, I'm going to have a somewhat uneven circle. I'm going to go ahead and cut to the middle. And then I'm going to cut a little circle in the middle. And that is going to allow me to put my stem in the pumpkin. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my twig in with some glue from a glue gun. You can use regular white craft glue if you'd like as well. But for me, this just goes a little faster. And then I'm going to take my little piece of green fabric and I'm going to glue gun that on. Like that. And then we're almost finished. So the next thing we're going to do is take off our little curlies from the pencil. And you can just unwrap them and they'll go back right back to place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut little pieces and glue gun them in various spots around the stem. Okay, then once I have that on, I'm going to take the ribbon I chose. You can either do a bow or you can just do a little knot. I like to do just a little knot. And then I chose this little white flower to be my centerpiece button. And again with the glue gun, I'm just going to go ahead and glue that on. You can kind of adjust your curlies and your ribbon, and there you are, your pumpkin.